Public data can be accessed through data.gov. So there's a site called Google Patents, then USPTO, APO, and WIPO. So when I was developing a patent uh, at our lab, so for the patent purpose also, when you file a patent, you have to review the existing patents, and for that, WIPO is a good resource. So you can review the existing patents and find the gap and then develop the new patents. Academic writing tools. So if you have MS Word on your system, then you use Word. Word is very easy and used by most of the researchers across the globe. So MS Word is one. And if you have no access to MS Word, so you can do it Google Docs online. So it will create an online repository also for your data. So Google Docs is also used by people who don't have MS Word on their desktop. There's another tool called Grammarly, which helps you in checking grammar, punctuations, and for clarity. It has got its AI version also now to check that whether AI has been used or not in your content. Then Hemingway Editor, it improves readability by highlighting complex sentences and passive voices, and it gives you option of simplifying the sentences. LaTeX is ideal for scientific papers and complex equations and formatting, etc. So in some of the journals, you will say that they accept the submissions only in LaTeX. Scrivener is useful for organizing long form academic content like thesis or dissertation. So you must know that which, academic writing tools to use, okay, effectively. So what are the editing and referencing tools available? So Zotero, Mendeley, and EndNote. So these are reference managers that help cite and organize sources. Turnitin and iThintic is used for checking the plagiarism and to ensure originality. And there are different, options in Turnitin also, so you can uh, check the options that I want to include the quotations, I want to include references or not. Then Ref and Write assist you with academic page templates and writing improvement suggestions, etc. Quillbot is AI-based paraphrasing and summarizing tool. And Perfected is proofreading software for consistent grammar, spelling, and style uses. The premium version of Perfected is a paid one, so you will have to pay for it. Now, since you have attended academic writing sessions, previous two sessions, you must be aware of what referencing is. But it's all about how you acknowledge and whether you are following a standard practice of acknowledging or attributing someone else's work or not. And this practice is very important because, when you will be publishing your article, you should be fully conscious. Like if someone has used your work and has not referred to your work and has not cited your work, then it's breach of the intellectual property rights. And that's why it's very important that the source of the information must be referred to in your work. And if someone else is using your academic work, he or she should also cite your work properly. So it helps to make clear to the reader how you have used the work of others to develop your own ideas and arguments. It also gives an idea that how updated you are, how updated your work is. So if you are writing something around any subject, you should try to include the latest publications in that domain. So suppose you are writing in 2025, so you should try to access the publications in your relevant area or the topic of research till the last month. Like if you are writing something in May 2025, you should try to include the citations or the publications refer to the works till April 2025, and try not to include those literature which have already been reviewed in previous works. So only the recent work will give you the recent gaps, and that's the fundamental actually. So reviewing a literature never means that you start from the earliest point possible and come to the last published article. It's about reviewing the literature which is recent and relevant, because earlier works have already been reviewed and have been cited in previous works. So what are the types of citations? So in-text citation, you all know, so your body of the literature or the article you are developing. You cite the previous works under brackets with the name and year of publication. So within the body of the text and directly after the referenced material to include. So there are different ways of doing it. So if someone writes like Smith under bracket 2020 studied this, that is also okay. Or a study was conducted in this subject, and then at the end of the sentence you write Smith 2020, that will also work. So it includes actually a brief information about the author, year, and page to lead the reader to the full reference, and the full reference is available at the end of the document in the reference section. Then there is another type of citation that is called footnote citation. It was Chicago style of citation. So on every page, there was a footnote, and we used to cite. Am I audible to everyone? Because the internet is big.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sure.
Yes, sir.
So it was commonly used in Chicago notes bibliography and Oxford styles, but these days footnote citations are hardly used. Okay, so now endnote citation. So it's similar to footnotes, but listed at the end of the chapter or document, and preferred when many notes are used to avoid page clutter. So used in styles like Chicago NB, which is a new version of Chicago, or when specified by publishers. Otherwise, you should avoid using footnote or endnote kind of citations. And then there is another type of citation that is called parenthetical citation. So it's a type of in-text citation placed in parentheses and contains brief source information and information about author and date and page. And it's common in APO and Chicago author date styles. Narrative citations, so author's name is included in the sentence. Only the date is in parentheses. So common in APA like Smith 2020 argues. So if it's written like this, Smith, name is out of the parenthesis and the year is inside the parenthesis, then this kind of citation is called the narrative citation. Bibliographic citations. So these are most popular and modern way of citations. So there are many, scholars whom I guide. They ask these questions that if we write bibliography and if we write references or if we write works cited, how these things are different. So if you are using APA style of citation and referencing, so towards the end of the document, you should write references only. And if you are using Chicago style, so towards the end of the document, you should give the header bibliography. And if you are using MLA style of citation, then you should write works cited. So the boundaries are defined, where to use references, where to use works cited, and where to use bibliography. So if you have used Chicago style of citation, you should only write bibliography. If you have used APA, write references. If you have used MLA, you write works cited. That will be appropriate. So what's the difference between footnotes and endnotes? So footnotes appear on bottom of every page and not appears at the end of the chapter or document. So I think this is clear to everyone now. And both are used to cite sources or add explanatory comments without disrupting the main text.